Alright, what is up everybody, it's your boy Ion Siuka, and today we are diving headfirst into something epic. We're talking St. Augustine, Florida. But not just any St. Augustine, we're looking at 2025. What's hot, what's essential, what you absolutely cannot miss. So, strap in, because this isn't just a list, it's a mission. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 must-visit places in St. Augustine, Florida for 2025. I've done the legwork, pounded the pavement, probably drank too much coffee, all to bring you the real deal. This city, it's got layers. You peel one back, there's another, then another. It's like an onion, but way cooler and smells better mostly. Whether you're a history buff, a total history nerd like, you live for old stone walls and stories of pirates, or maybe you're a beach lover just craving that sun, sand, and saltwater therapy, or perhaps you're just looking for a great place to explore. Somewhere to get lost and find something amazing, St. Augustine has something for everyone. Seriously, I was blown away by the sheer variety here. It's not just one thing, it's all the things, so get ready. We're not just gonna talk about these places, we're gonna them. I want you to imagine you're right there with me, camera in hand, no script, just pure adventure. This is about the experience, the grit, the beauty, the unexpected moments that make travel and life worth it. We're hitting the ground running, no fluff, just the good stuff. This is St. Augustine, the 2025 edition, through my lens for you guys. Let's do this. First up, number 1 on my list, and honestly it's a no-brainer, the Castillo de San Marcos. Look, you can't come to St. Augustine and see this thing. It's like going to Paris and skipping the Eiffel Tower, only this is way older and probably saw more cannonballs. This fortress, man, it stood here for centuries, watching the tides change, empires rise and fall, built by the Spanish, out of this crazy coquina stone, which is basically compressed shells. How wild is that? It absorbed cannonballs instead of shattering. The engineering alone is mind-blowing for its time. Walking through its ramparts, you can almost hear the echoes of soldiers, the whispers of history. It's not just a pile of old rocks. It's a testament to survival, a real beast of a structure. The sheer scale of it hits you when you get close. The walls are thick, imposing, and the views from the top, unbelievable. You're looking out over Matanzas Bay, imagining Spanish galleons, pirate ships, the whole 9 yards. It's not just about looking at it, it's about experiencing that sense of history, that raw, unfiltered past. They've done a great job preserving it, but it still feels rugged, authentic. You can spend hours here, just exploring every nook and cranny, feeling the coolness of the stone, squinting out of the cannon embrasures. It's a powerful place, a real anchor to the city's identity. If you're into history, or even if you just appreciate incredible feats of human endeavor, this is your ground zero in St. Augustine. Alright, coming in at number 2, we're shifting gears from ancient stone to pure unadulterated energy. We're talking St. George Street. This is the beating heart of historic St. Augustine, and let me tell you, it pumps. It's a pedestrian-only thoroughfare, which is awesome because you can just wander, get lost, and soak it all in without dodging traffic. From the moment you step onto it, you're hit with this incredible mix of sights, sounds, and smells. Think old-world charm slammed together with modern-day buzz. You've got these centuries-old buildings housing everything from quirky boutiques and art galleries to ice cream shops and, yes, more than a few pirate-themed stores. Because St. Augustine. But it's not just about the shopping, though you could easily spend a day and a paycheck doing just that. St. George Street is lined with historic sites, little museums tucked away like the oldest wooden schoolhouse. You've got restaurants spilling out onto the sidewalks, live music drifting from hidden courtyards, and just people. So many people, all there to experience the same unique vibe. It's a place to see and be seen, to grab a coffee and people watch, or to dive into a historic tavern for a cold one. The energy is infectious. Even if you think you're not a touristy street kind of person, trust me, St. George Street has a way of winning you over with its sheer, unapologetic character. Okay, number 3, and this one is for when you need a break from the old buildings and the city buzz. We're heading to Anastasia State Park. This place, guys, is a slice of raw, undeveloped Florida, and it is stunning. We're talking miles of pristine beach, like, seriously untouched. The sand is white, the dunes are rolling, and the Atlantic Ocean just stretches out forever. It's the kind of place where you can actually hear yourself think, or better yet, not think at all and just be. If you need to decompress, to connect with nature, this is your sanctuary. It's just a short hop from downtown, but it feels like a world away. But Anastasia State Park is more than just a pretty beach. though that's a huge part of its appeal, obviously. You can rent kayaks or paddleboards and explore the salt marsh, which is teeming with wildlife, birds, fish, maybe even a dolphin if you're lucky. There are nature trails for hiking and biking, campgrounds if you want to make a night of it under the stars. It's an outdoor enthusiast's dream. I spent an afternoon just walking the shoreline, collecting shells, watching the waves crash. It's incredibly peaceful, a real reset button. In a city so packed with history, having this natural gem right on its doorstep is a massive win. Don't skip this one, especially if you need to recharge your batteries. Alright, number 4 on the list, and we're stepping back into opulence, but a different kind of opulence. We're talking about the Leitner Museum. Now, this isn't your typical dusty, quiet museum. First off, the building itself is a masterpiece. It used to be the Alcazar Hotel, built by Henry Flagler back in the Gilded Age. And man, did that guy know how to build. Think grand courtyards, soaring ceilings, intricate details everywhere you look. Just walking into this place feels like stepping back in time to an era of unimaginable luxury. It even had the world's largest indoor swimming pool back in its day. That pool area is now home to antique shops and a cafe, which is pretty cool. Inside, the Leitner is packed with an eclectic and fascinating collection of, well, from the 19th century. We're talking everything from Victorian-era mechanical musical instruments that still play, to incredible Tiffany glass, to shrunken heads. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a bit like exploring your eccentric rich uncle's attic. If your uncle was a Gilded Age tycoon, it's quirky, it's beautiful, and it's endlessly interesting. You can spend hours just wandering through the different exhibits, marveling at the craftsmanship and the sheer oddity of some of the items. It's a museum that doesn't take itself too seriously but still manages to be incredibly impressive. A real gem. Climbing our way to number 5, literally, is the St. Augustine Lighthouse and Maritime Museum. You see this iconic black and white striped tower from all over the city, and let me tell you, the view from the top is worth every single one of those 219 steps. Yeah, it's a climb, you'll feel it in your legs. But when you emerge onto that narrow catwalk at the summit, and the whole of St. Augustine, the beaches, the ocean, just spreads out beneath you, it's breathtaking. It's one of those moments where you just have to stop and soak it all in. The breeze up there, the sense of height, it's an experience. But it's not just about the climb and the view, as epic as they are. The site also includes the original keeper's house, which has been beautifully restored and now houses fascinating exhibits on the maritime history of St. Augustine. You learn about the lives of the lighthouse keepers, the shipwrecks off the coast. They even do archaeology on them. And the evolution of lighthouse technology. It's a deep dive into the city's connection with the sea, which is fundamental to its story. They also have a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in St. Augustine, so if you're into ghost stories, this place has a few to tell. Day or night, it's a powerful historic landmark that truly gives you a new perspective on the nation's oldest city. Number 6 on our St. Augustine hit list is a place that might surprise you, Flagler College. Now, why am I putting a college on a must-visit list? Because this isn't just any college campus, my friends. This is another Henry Flagler masterpiece, originally built as the Ponce de Leon Hotel, and it is an absolute architectural stunner. We're talking Spanish Renaissance style that would make kings jealous. The attention to detail, the sheer grandeur of it is almost overwhelming. From the moment you walk through those gates, you feel like you've stepped into a European palace, not a center of higher learning in Florida. You can take guided tours, and I highly recommend you do, because the stories behind this place are as incredible as the architecture. The main rotunda, the dining hall with its Tiffany stained glass windows, the courtyards, every corner is a photo opportunity, every detail has a history. It was one of the most exclusive resorts in the world in its heyday, and you can still feel that Gilded Age extravagance. It's amazing to think that students now walk these halls, study in these opulent rooms. Imagine having your Poli-Sci class in a room that once hosted presidents. It's a living, breathing piece of history and a testament to Flagler's vision for St. Augustine. Just incredible to see. Alright, for number 7 we're diving into legend, myth, and some pretty cool history at the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park. Yeah, Fountain of Youth. The one Ponce de Leon was supposedly looking for. Now, did he find it? Probably not. Unless eternal youth involves peacocks strutting around, because this place has a lot of those, and they are magnificent. But the park is so much more than just a fabled spring. This is actually the original site of the first Spanish settlement in St. Augustine, making it incredibly significant from an archaeological and historical standpoint. It's where St. Augustine, and by extension European presence in the US, really began. You can of course take a sip from the spring. Hey, can't hurt, right? But beyond that, there's a recreated Timucuan village, showing what life was like for the Native Americans who lived here long before the Spanish arrived. There are archaeological digs you can observe, a planetarium showing how sailors navigated by the stars, and even a cannon firing demonstration that'll make you jump. It's a sprawling, beautiful park, right on the water, and it does a great job of blending the legend with genuine historical discovery. It's a place where you can wander, learn, and maybe, just maybe, feel a little bit younger, or at least, enjoy the peacocks. Number 8 takes us right back into the heart of the historic district, but with a really cool, immersive twist. We're talking about the Colonial Quarter. This isn't just a museum where you look at things behind glass, this is a living history experience. It's like stepping through a time portal directly into St. Augustine's past, spanning the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. You wander through different recreated historical settings, and the best part? There are costumed interpreters, blacksmiths, shipwrights, soldiers actually doing things, showing you how life was back then, and they talk to you, answer your questions, and really bring the history to life. You can watch a blacksmith forge metal, learn how ships were built, and even climb a watchtower for a view of the mock 16th century city. It's incredibly engaging, especially if you're traveling with kids. But honestly, I found it fascinating as an adult. It's one thing to read about history in a book. It's another thing entirely to see it, smell it. The blacksmith's forge is pretty aromatic. And interact with it. It gives you a much deeper appreciation for the skills and hardships of colonial life. It's not a huge place, but it packs a lot of authentic experience into its space. A definite must-do for understanding the daily life of early St. Augustinians. Okay, number 9, and it's time to walk on the wild side at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park. Now the name says Alligator Farm, and trust me, they have gators. Lots of gators. Every species of crocodilian in the world, in fact, which is pretty insane and makes this place unique. You can see everything from tiny baby gators to massive, prehistoric-looking crocodiles. They even have Maximo, a giant saltwater croc, and seeing him is something else. But this place is so much more than just gators, though they are undeniably the stars of the show. It's a full-fledged zoological park with a fantastic collection of exotic birds, lemurs, sloths, and other fascinating creatures. The bird rookery is incredible. You can walk along a boardwalk right through the middle of it, with hundreds of wild wading birds nesting and flying all around you. It's a photographer's paradise. They have exciting wildlife shows, zip-line courses that go over the alligator lagoons, if you're brave enough, and a real focus on conservation and education. It's been around since 1893, making it one of Florida's oldest continuously running attractions, and they clearly know what they're doing. It's a great way to spend a few hours, or even a whole day, especially if you love animals and want to see some truly impressive reptiles up close. And finally, rounding out our top 10 at number 10, we're heading to a spot that's all about kicking back, relaxing, and soaking in some natural beauty: Villano Beach. It's just north of downtown St. Augustine, across the Matanzas Inlet, and it offers a slightly different beach experience than Anastasia State Park. Villano has a more local, laid-back vibe. It's known for its stronger surf, making it popular with surfers, and also for its distinctive coquina sand, which gives it a slightly pinkish hue. The pier at Villano Beach is a fantastic spot for fishing, or just for a stroll to watch the boats go by and look back at the St. Augustine skyline. But for me, the real magic of Villano Beach happens at the end of the day. This place is renowned for its absolutely spectacular sunsets over the intracoastal waterway. Grab a spot on the west-facing side, maybe near the Villano Beach Pier, and just watch the sky explode with color. It's the perfect peaceful way to cap off a day of exploring historic streets and ancient forts. There's a certain tranquility here, a sense of escape. It's less about organized activities and more about just feeling the sea breeze, listening to the waves, and witnessing one of nature's best shows. A truly beautiful and serene way to end your St. Augustine adventure, or just any day here. And there you have it. That's my rundown, my top 10 must-visit spots in St. Augustine, Florida for 2025. What a city, right? From ancient forts to Gilded Age palaces, wild nature to vibrant streets, this place just keeps on giving. I barely scratched the surface, honestly. There's so much more to discover, so many hidden corners and untold stories. But hopefully this gives you a solid launchpad for your own St. Augustine adventure. Thanks for joining us on this tour of St. Augustine's top spots for 2025. It's been a blast sharing these places with you. The biggest thing I can tell you is just to go. Book the ticket, pack the bag, hit the road. Don't just watch videos about it, get out there and experience it for yourself. Feel that coquina stone, taste that local food, hear those waves crash. That's what it's all about. This city has a soul, and the only way to really connect with it is to put your boots on the ground. So what are you waiting for? Your St. Augustine story is out there, waiting to be written. Alright, that's a wrap for this one. If you dug this, if it got you stoked to explore, do me a solid. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more travel guides and tips, more adventures, more of whatever crazy thing I decide to do next. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite spot in St. Augustine, or what are you most excited to see? I read all of them. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep being awesome. Peace out.